You know what, I think locking is in a sad state right now. I've been watching all these big contests, the Just a Boo, the UK Championships, and I think locking is definitely in a sad state. I think that locking has lost its conviction. I think a lot of people are not following the foundation. I think people just learn a little bit of the foundation and they create a dance on top of locking. I don't think people are locking as much. I think people are dancing, doing locking moves. I think what's changed is a lot of people, again, didn't learn this foundation. I think also that the foundation was misinterpreted and not taught correctly. I know that Greg traveled around, I know Don traveled around, I know a lot of the originals traveled around, and they explained these foundational moves, but I think people didn't understand it or didn't want to understand it. I think they came there just to learn the dance and not the true art form of locking. I think what's missing now, as far as locking, is the conviction and the dedication to it and the power in it. I think that when I watch lockers now, people lock like silly, and they do more of the soul dancing and less locking. And you know, if you watch someone who crumps, you know, they have conviction, there's power, they believe in what they're doing. Even tap dancers, when you see tap dancers dancing, they dance with power and conviction. I think locking is missing that aspect now. I think locking is now this silly, free dance or whatnot like that, where people don't have the foundation and don't have the power that it used to have. I agree that, you know, locking is a freedom of expression, but within the dance of locking, I think people took that point and ran away with it. Everybody says freedom of expression, so people are locking, or supposedly locking, and all of a sudden they break into these other things that aren't associated with the dance. Freedom of expression means that you can express yourself within the locking. Me as an example, I'm not one of the people that smile when I lock. I'm very serious about it, even though I'm having fun, but I'm very dedicated. My expression is kind of more of a forceful, powerful way of locking. I think that's a lot of that what's missing in locking today. If you watch the original lockers and watch them do a show, they're very powerful. They're going at it. They're coming out. They're double timing. They're single timing. There's no soul dancing. They don't stop to soul dance. They don't stop to act silly. It's just a very straightforward, powerful dance. Now, people have said to me as well, you know, that's what they do when they did shows. When they were at clubs, they did something different. Well, true. Everybody in clubs do something different. But when you do something different in clubs, because you're in the club dancing, you're not locking in a club. So the dance of locking in competition, in battles, now I've also heard that people say that locking is not a battle dance. That's not true. Even in the movie Breaking, Shabba-Doo battled the other team in that movie. Even Don told me that back in the day, that when the circle would open up, and even O.G. Skeeter Rabbit said when the circle would open up, they'd go in and get theirs, and they'd point fingers at people to come in. So every dance is a battle dance. What I'm hoping to do with this video is to get the word out and the knowledge out that 90% of the people out there locking right now are not true to its foundation. Now I know, you know, the younger cats want to create this new thing, but the bottom line is this, and how do you expand the dance or innovate on the dance? The problem is they're not innovating on the dance, they're taking one dance and putting it with another. If you want to innovate on locking, you take the locking foundation and locking moves and create new locking moves, not add soul dances to it, and it's not a silly dance. So what I hope is to get people back into their foundation and learn the foundation, to practice it in power, because it was a powerful dance and it was an expression of the 70s and also racial conflict back then, like Watt stacks and stuff, and also to get people to understand that there are different styles of locking. Each locker locked differently. Don didn't lock like Rerun, and Fluky didn't lock like Shab, and Greg didn't lock like any, even though they practiced together. So there is no right or wrong way. But again, learn your foundation, then build upon that to be a good locker.